If you want to see or learn how I achieved this flawless base as a beginner, then keep on watching. Part of achieving a flawless base makeup is having a good skincare routine. Starting off with my bare face, I'm going to use a micellar water to clean my freshly washed face, and I'm using a disposable cloth to clean my entire face using a micellar water. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to also use a toner to also clean my face. You can decide to skip one of this step, but I love to double cleanse my skin because sometimes after washing your face there are some impurities or dirt residues left in your pores, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that you have a really good skincare base before applying or going over with your makeup product. And the next product I'm gonna use is Mario Badescu Rose Water. Again, you can skip this step, but I love a good skincare routine to have a flawless base makeup, especially because I'm oily skin. So I'm gonna spray that all over on my freshly cleaned face and allow that to sit in for a while. Going over with a serum, and I'm going to apply that all over on my face and work that onto my skin all the way down to my neck, and I also allow that to sit in. Going over with a moisturizer. Now, moisturizer and serum are not the same. I'm going to use a moisturizer on my skin, and I'm going to work that also all the way down to my neck and pat that into my skin. You can see my face is well moisturized. I'm also going to be using another moisturizer. This is optional. I love to double moisturize my face, especially when I want my makeup to last longer. I go over to double moisturize, pat that all over on my skin, and work it all the way down to my neck as well, because the neck is part of our body, so we're not going to omit that because most of the time we apply makeup on that part of our body as well. I'm also gonna spray using a green tea spray to finalize or to seal it and allow it to sit on my skin for 10 minutes or 30 minutes thereabout before going over with the makeup product. Starting off with the makeup product, I'm gonna use a primer, and I'm using this one from Maybelline to blow out my pores, and I'm applying the primer in the areas where I produce oil the most, especially in my T-zone area, and I'm patting that to my skin using a massaging motion. And I'm also going to be using a pore filler. So this is for large pores, or you have textured skin, you want to blow out your imperfections, you can use a pore filler. Other than that, you can skip using a pore filler. I'm also going to work that in the areas where I have large pores and allow that to sit in for a while. I'm gonna moisturize my lip because we don't want the crusty lip over here. Moving on to the next product, I'm going to use a foundation, and I'm using this one that is close to my skin tone, and this is from Juvia's Place. This is the I Am Magic foundation, and I'm applying that foundation using a flat foundation brush, and I'm patting that into my skin. I'm not swiping. Do not swipe your product because that will only move the other products you just applied on your skin. You don't want that. You want the product that you've applied to stay in place. Do not swipe your makeup. When applying your makeup, make sure to apply it using a patting motion or a stippling motion, and I'm going to use a foundation brush to stipple the product or to blend the product into my skin to take away the harsh lines, because we don't want no harsh lines, especially with the foundation. You want to make sure that you have a good foundation base before going over with any other product on your skin. And then for concealer, I'm going over with a concealer that is similar to the foundation shade I used to apply in the areas where I want to highlight my T-zone area, under my eye, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. And to blend that out, I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge to blend that, and I'm blending it from the edges before pressing it into my skin. Moving on to blend the concealer under my eye, I'm blending that from the edges and spreading it to the rest of my face or the rest of my under eye. For contour, I'm going to use this one from Nuban Beauty, and I'm applying the contour in the areas where I would want to contour. The hollows of my face, my forehead, the size of my nose to contour my nose or to make my nose smaller, and on my jawline. I'm going to use a dense brush to blend that, and I'm blending from the hollows of my face. I'm blending the contour all the way to my hairline and pushing that up. You don't want to blend your contour down. That will only drop your face. Yeah, I'm also gonna blend the rest of my face, the place where I applied contour, and contour my nose as well. Now that I've blended the makeup, you can see that we still have some harsh lines, and you don't want that. I'm going to go in with my foundation brush, and I'm going to blend the part where we have harsh lines. And if you don't have harsh lines, you can skip this. But if you notice, or if you see you have harsh lines, just the lines where you applied both product or applied all products, I'm going in with my foundation brush to blend that out, because we don't want to see those harsh lines. We don't want to see lines between where we applied all the product on our face. That just don't look good at all. I'm gonna use a cream blush, and this is the part where you want to apply all of your cream products or all of your liquid products before going over with a powder product. And I'm applying my blush in the areas where I would usually apply my blush, and going over with the foundation brush as well to blend off the harsh lines. You can see that the area where I applied the blush, you can see the lines, and I'm blending only the line. I'm not blending away the blush, because we don't want to take away from the blush we just applied. We want to make sure that our blush is still visible, or we still want to have some pigment from our cream blush, or the illusion of having a cream blush underneath our makeup. That just makes sense. We don't want to take that away. I'm just going to blend away the harsh lines between the makeup. I'm also going to use another concealer. This is from Juvia's Place, a lighter concealer, just to highlight my under eye area, and blending that using the beauty sponge we used earlier. Also repeating the exact same step to blend my makeup to take off the harsh lines. Now that we've applied all of the cream product, it's time to set our makeup using powder product. To set my under eye, I'm going to use a setting powder that is similar to the concealer shade, and as you can see, my under eye, we have creases. To take off the creases, I'm going to use the beauty sponge we used earlier to blend that out to take off the creases underneath my eye. Using a small beauty sponge, I'm going to apply the powder, and before doing that, I'm going to tap off the excess at the back of my hand and press that to my skin. And to blend the areas of my face where we applied product, or to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use a small powder brush to apply or to set the other sides of my face. And then next, for contour, I'm going to use this trio palette to contour the areas of my face, to set the place we applied cream contour, the hollows of my face, my forehead, my jawline, and to contour my nose as well. And next, I'm going to use a powder palette to blend off the harsh lines. As you can see on my face, we still have the harsh lines on. I'm going to use a powder that is similar to my skin shade or my skin tone to blend the harsh lines, or to take off the harsh lines. This is the part of the makeup, or this part of the makeup is the part where a lot of beauty YouTubers or favorite beauty gurus they don't show you this part of the makeup or this part of it, because going back in to blend your makeup just makes a lot of difference, and that is what you have to do to have a flawless makeup base. For powder blush, to set the cream blush we just applied, I'm going to use this blush palette from Zickel, and I'm going to mix two blush shades together to set the cream blush, and going over with my powder brush to blend off the harsh lines, because girl, we don't want no harsh lines over here. All of what we've been doing, we don't want to mess that up with just one mistake or not going over to blend off the harsh lines. It's just a lot of work. You can see how our skin is currently looking like the beat is flawless. There is no harsh lines. It just looks like our cup like this. And yo, I love me a good skin blend. To set my makeup, I'm going to use a setting spray from Focus palette to take off the powder. And yo, I love to go over with another blush. This one has shimmers or it has glow to it, and this is my favorite part of the makeup. Yo, I'm a blush girl, so why not? I love to go over with another layer of blush over on my face, but it's optional, you can skip that. And I also go over to apply my highlighter in the areas of my face where I would usually apply the highlight, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and slightly above where I apply the blush. To seal this up, I'm going to use a setting spray, and I'm using this one from Mario Badescu to spray all over my face to set for the final time, or to set my makeup for the final time. Yo, if you've been on my channel, you know that we don't skip blotting powder over here, and I'm going to go over with my blotting powder on my T-zone area. This is just to prevent shine all throughout the day, and this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned one or two things. Let me know what you loved about this video. Check out my other videos to stay connected.